Yeah, the thing about a breakup is that it's very painful, especially when you really love the person, you really tried to work it out, you did everything within your power to make the relationship work. People will tell you, oh man, if the person ain't making you happy, if they ain't doing the right thing, just leave them alone. But unfortunately, when we dealing with our emotions and the investment that we made in that relationship, it's not that simple. See, every relationship has a life force within itself. Like the relationship itself has a life. That time you spent with that person, the memories y'all created together, everything y'all did together, those moments that you always want to cherish, the good, the bad, the ugly, the love, the sacrifices, that's a whole life force within itself. The pictures y'all took, the places y'all went, the family members that y'all got to know from both sides and form bonds with, that's a whole life force within itself. So once the relationship is over, the life force of that relationship withers away and dies over time. And so that pain of mourning that you feel the days preceding the failure or the separation of the relationship, you're going to feel that over time. You probably feel it forever. It just gets number and number, and the pain is less and less as the days go by. But the more you love that person, the longer you're going to feel that pain. So when people just say, oh, get over it, it's not that simple. But the thing is, you have to take the lessons that you learned in that relationship and apply it to your next situation. A lot of times, me speaking for myself specifically, a lot of times we don't give ourselves time to heal, and we jump right into another relationship trying to numb the pain, the emotional turmoil that we're going through from missing this person, missing the way they used to talk, the way they used to smell, those moments that we cherish with them. We try to replace them with somebody else so we don't have to feel that pain, so we don't got to sit in it and let it marinate. But a lot of times, the best thing we need to do is spend time with ourselves, getting to know ourselves, getting reacquainted with ourselves. Because each new relationship, each new experience brings out a different version of who we are. And we need to sit with who we have become for a couple of months, until we feel we are healed enough to go forward with dating or engaging the opposite sex. That's very necessary. Healing is a necessary thing, because one thing you don't want to do is jump into another relationship prematurely and bleed onto a person that didn't cut you. That's not cool. I'm guilty of that in the past, but I'm learning a lot of things about myself. Sometimes I sit back and I reflect on the mistakes I made and the broken relationships with my children's mothers, girlfriends, and I'm looking at it like, all right, in all of those situations, I'm the common denominator. So I can't always point blame and say this person was the problem, because in all of those failed relationships, I'm the common denominator. So now I got to turn the mirror on myself and see what I need to correct within myself to stop having these failed relationships. Yeah, I could say, oh, that person was non-compliant, or that person was argumentative, or that, it's easy to place blame. But like I said, I was the common denominator in all my failed relationships. So it's something that I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm just jumping into these relationships prematurely, and it's things that I need to heal within myself before I jump into another situation. And of course, I always try to be the good guy, I always try to be moral, I always try to be emotionally supportive and understanding, loving, caring, committed, and I guess all those nice things they say a good man does. I do those things, but at the same time, I can't keep expecting people to meet me in places they haven't met themselves. If I elevated myself spiritually, morally, and my emotional IQ is much higher than the person that I'm dating or choosing as my mate, then eventually that relationship is going to fail, because not that that's a bad person, but I chose someone that is not on my level 100% in the areas where it's necessary for them to be on my level, or on a level that's conducive to my growth process. So that's it. We just gotta go forward with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of ourselves and who the person is that we're trying to acquire as a mate. It's very important. Very, very important. The Egyptians said, know thyself. And every day I'm learning more and more about me and how important that statement is. The better you know yourself, the better and the healthier your relationships will be in the future. Peace and love.